Hi, the application that we're going to be reviewing today is quality assurance process improvement, but in a whole new format that you may not seen before. QAPI could be quite complex, and to create a good QAPI program for your facility, for your department, you will need to be familiar with the concept of process improvement. What we've done here for you is compile all the elements you're going to need it, but in a digital format. So we have policies, we have QAPI, we have the forums, and we have the resources. And because of time constraints and the ability to review each one of these areas could take some time, we are going to just be focusing on your digital QAPI. You have the ability to do option number one, which is do it from the very beginning. If you had the time, I would select that, and you would define your worksheets and um, uh, collect data from the department, which is the areas that is causing problems, are problem areas. You don't want to copy for something that is already working well in the department. The whole idea of QAPI is to find an area that you can improve upon. If you are pressed with time, we know most of us are. I would select option number two, and then you can build upon that as you get yourself familiar with that. So option number two, as you can see, the little stars next to it, you create your goals. You let the system pretty much create the goals for you, and then you can track it, and then you can report it to the meetings, to the quality assurance meeting, and then you have a calendar. Again, we're not going to go into this. This very cool application where you have everything that you need in here for your QAPI. And we can also provide you with any custom forms or any insights or any more help related to quality assurance. Please let us know at sosnutritionconsulting.com. Send us a message, and we'll be more than happy to assist. Let's go into option number two for sake of this system works. You want to activate the tracker, yes. Um, and what I done here is for the sake of the saving some time, I already selected the area that I want to monitor, but you can select any area that you want to improve upon. If you don't, again, you can start from scratch, or you let the system do it. In this case, I selected trade accuracy, and automatically will give me the goals that you can see here. Um, so once I have selected the goals that I want to, you want to keep in mind that for trade line accuracy, you can use the trade line survey, or you may already have these forms. A lot of these things that we're already doing in the food and nutrition department, like temperature checks, like sanitation checks, and that's actually can be part of QAPI. So you might already have those forms. You have some other additional forms here if you need to. And if there's any other particular form that you need to, and then make it digital, or how to calculate the percentages of compliance, do let us know, and we'll be more than happy to assist. Going back to the actual goals, um, we have the goals here. We actually going to track them now, and you can see that we already have, you can import your goals. The three goals that we have will be automatically input. So when you first get this program, all this thing will be blank, but you can import your goals, say, okay, now you have your metrics here. And this percentage you see here is what we got out of those forms, right? When we complete the forms, we found a trade line to be 75% accurate, 85% accurate in the second month, and the third month, 92%. These ones are blank because we don't know what your percentage will be for each month. You will have to calculate that with the service and then just plug in the number. But that's all you have to do. The program will do the rest for you. You check your compliance, and it will tell you if you are in compliance. That was just a little mistake there. Let's go back to reporting to the tracker here, and let's check compliance here. Your score is below threshold, and it gives you some tips of what to do. And it tells you because your goal is supposed to be at 95%, but you are 84%. So again, the program will automatically calculate the average for you quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four, and the total up to year. So really neat application for each of your goals. Again, you can modify these goals if you like, or you can work with them as you need to. So now you have your goals in place. You are tracking your goals, and now we are going to be reporting those goals. Again, you can refresh this. This automatically will populate your goals based on what you completed in the previous form. And then, as you can see, everything's already completed for you. The only things you will have to change here, a few things, is maybe who is responsible, and what your baseline is when you first identify that issue in your department. So maybe you found that your baseline is 80%, right? So now you just need to bring yourself up to 95%. So 95% is usually your threshold. Um, it could be a bit more complicated. You might have a goal of 100%, right? But your threshold could be 95%. So to understand the difference between threshold and goals, it's beyond the scope of this presentation. But for most typical applications in long-term care setting and food and nutrition department, your threshold will usually be what you're setting up your goal to be. So you can put 95 here based on that, and then you will your goal is to bring this 84%, which is now in red, up to compliance. And again, based on the type of form that you're using, your indicators will be in that. What did you measure in accuracy, trade line accuracy, right? That things are right, correct. So that will be your accuracy rate, and you have a action plan for that, for this thing, for the accuracy department area, and then percent of errors, right? But you can select other things. If it is, for example, a clinical goal, it may not be so much about order errors, but it might be about timeliness, or might be, for example, if we're doing the department sanitation, for this, you're not really doing errors, but what you're doing is audit score, right? Because that's more relevant to it. So if that's the case, you select again your percentage based on your department goal. That will be your threshold, and then have you completed an action plan, and that will say yes. Right. So we left that purposely on purpose. We left it at such so you can select it, because we don't know if you have started action plan. If you do, you select yes, and this is the form that you will reprint it and give to the quality assurance for the agenda, right? So you're reporting on goal number 1, number 2, number 3, who is responsible for that reporting, what your goal is, what your baseline is, your current performance, which is automatically populated for you. Your threshold is what typically you have it here, but you have the ability to make it higher if you want to. And then what are the KPIs would you select it from here? It's already written down for you. You just need to select what is relevant to you, right? Because straight line, maybe you don't want to measure accuracy rate. Maybe you do want to measure timeliness, right? How on time the trays get to the residents. Though that might not be tray accuracy, but that might be more resident satisfaction. So for that, like I said, very minor changes here, but everything is digital. And you have many metrics to select from: pressure injury, weight gain, weight loss, food cost, audit, resident satisfaction, and so on. Very neat program. So again, to review that, option number 2, if you are on the fly and you need to do this right away, option number 2, then QAPI reporting, and then you track it, right? So option number 2, you complete your goals. By the system will tell you which goals you need to. Then go to QAPI tracker and update your goals based on number 2. And then after you do number 2, which is QAPI tracker, right? You have put your percentages as a compliance. Then you will give QAPI the report agenda to QAPI, and that's the report that you give to the person, the chairperson, or the one spearheading your committees, or the one in charge of the QAPI. All right. You also have many other features here. You have your calendar, which it is just, you can select yes, you did January, and this is what you completed for this month. You did sanitations, and for the following months, it can help you keep you on point with what you're doing for each month. So a lot of tools to help you along. You have your goals, option number 1. We're not going to review that because that's just kind of Again, it's digital, but you have to create, you have to type in your own goals. You can use your worksheets to help you do that. You have the ability to refer to the whole quality assurance program manual, the policies that are related to it, and the forms that you need it. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions related to QAPI, do give us send us a message to sosnutritionconsulting.com, and we'll be more than happy to give you more information on it. Thank you and have a great day.